Hi YouTube. I'm a little bit better today. I just when I have bad things happen to me, it like things will go really smooth and then I feel comfortable and then bad things will happen and it's like getting smacked in the head. It takes me a few days to recover from it. In all reality. That's why I keep my guard up most of the time, like I don't believe you, okay, whatever, and talk, but if and I hate to live my life like pessimistic with another human being like that, but if I don't, I get hurt on a daily basis. And if I just keep my guard up and because and I was talking on ASSE Direct has a live stream right now, and they were talking about how narcissists will, like try and demean you when in all reality they do like worship the ground you walk on and want to mimic you and probably do when they're around other people when you're not watching them. Well, um, Doug does it right in front of me. He'll emulate me, and people will do that. I mean, when you admire something somebody does or whatever, but this is a little bit different than that. But he used to ask me, "Who loves you, baby?" And being a orphan, and with almost everybody I know, I've just kind of like stay away from me type of thing or whatever. And I'd say nobody. Now I say a lot of people. Why are you asking? Or something like that. Or he'll say I love you. I don't even answer anymore, you know. Or I'll say something like I love you when you're nice, but right now you probably don't want to answer to that, or a response. So yeah, this morning he told me, oh, here's the good news. Oh, last night, this is what I heard before he went outside. I heard it's all about money because I did bring up about getting me a dress. And I've told him before, if it was all about the money with him, I would not be with him. I would have stayed around the Queens and I would have had all the money or anything I wanted. A private island. No, it's not all about the money. Thinking he has me under my thumb. Fuck, I'll wear a goddamn garbage bag before I beg for shit. And this morning he comes in and he tells me about, excuse me, Lord, uh, and everybody else. I was going to try and be peaceful today, and I am. I mean, I'm having a pretty peaceful day, but he's his intel, his deep intel stations that he listens to, told him that the banks are going to go down in about 2 weeks. That now I can use a credit card if I wanted to today. And I said, no, I don't want to. And he said, well, I can if I want to. And I said, maybe tomorrow. I'm considering it, but not for that reason. You know, it's like whatever, because there's a pair of shoes I wanted too. And it's not, I'm not looking at top of the line extravagant things. The dress I was looking at was like $29, and the shoes were about the same, maybe 25 or something like that. It's like, so I mean, I'm not like, I don't ask for the world. But then why ask for something we already have, right? You know, that's like when Satan told Jesus, I'll give you all this. You're going to give me what? I already own it. You can't give me something I already own. It's like, oh, you're going to give me God? Oh, that's very kind of you. How thoughtful. you know. Or jump, your angels will catch you. Well, guess what? You can push me and they will, because they do every day. You know. I had a friend send me some music through a messenger, and I hadn't checked it for a while. And he sent us one, a younger fellow and fellow kind heart. I should say. This is somebody um, that sat in his room when he was 6 years old trying to cut his wrists with a butter knife, and his parents didn't even know he wanted to die. That type of person. I know the feeling. So yeah, we have some things in common, and he wanted to share a Little Wayne song with me. He said maybe you don't like hip hop, and I said, well, I do. I'm a Eminem fan and a Dre fan and the band and you know a few others. You know. Then he was telling me about different people that were in the business, that some were good and some were bad and whatever, and shared a couple songs with me. And then I found one video he had sent through. I can't remember the song that was playing, but it was guy playing keyboard and he was singing to his cat. Oh, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. You know that song, what the world needs now. And I had just seen it, and he says, he clicked on it, and like it wasn't nothing there, so I shared the link again, and I said, "Is this you?" And he wrote back, and then he said something twat, and I thought he was talking to me. I go, twat? Question mark. I said, I'll wait till I respond to that. He wrote no, and he meant he was a twat. And then I wrote back, well, how about if we both share that title today? He laughed. So that's good. That's what I mean by angels helping me, you know, um, friends on a daily basis, ones that I can truly count on. As far as I know. There's ones I trust more than others, but you know, like and I've only known him for about a year or so. And there's like a couple of ladies that I've only been acquainted to on there for a few months, but I have more faith in some of them than I do people that I've known all my life. So yeah, my angels will catch me. Thanks anyway, Satan. You know. So anyway. So Doug's out working on that kitty house today, and I'm gonna go out and work on it tomorrow because it's like last night I had some things to do, and he was just sitting outside my room, and I told him, I said, you make it so I can't even breathe, because he had been at a friend's house, and it's like you can go and talk to everybody you want to, but I only have to listen to you. You're the only voice that you ever want me to hear. And I told him about, because he asked me what was wrong, if I had gotten any bad news. And I didn't say nothing for a long time. Or I did say no, I didn't get any bad news. I did this morning though, but that's another story. But so I was really quiet. And then I told him a few things that were bothering me. And I shouldn't have been so stupid as to do that, because that just left him where he could say something snotty and then go out and drink beer and come back in. But I just told him I had things I still wanted to do, but he was sitting there drinking, wanting to talk and talk incessantly, even if it's about um, the same thing every day. I don't know. It's not that if I knew a person really loved me, they could tell me the same thing every day and I really wouldn't care, you know. But it's like a old person with Alzheimer's or something, they might say, um, I had one woman that thought I was her daughter, and I don't know if she really thought I was, but I think she wanted me to be because her daughter wasn't visiting her, and she was just old and lonely and, poor little lady. But I was the only one that could brush her hair, and it was the funniest shit in the world because she was only about maybe 5 feet tall. And they had to lock her in the chair during the day because she could become violent. But she never really, one time she would hold her hairbrush all day. I don't know why. And she had relatively long hair. It was mostly gray, or very gray, I should say. Maybe it was because other people heard her hair. I don't know. But I asked her, I can't remember her name, if I could brush her hair. And she went to hit me with the brush. And I grabbed the brush in her hand, kind of, and I held her still. I go, oh, no, you don't. I go, can I brush your hair? And she looked at me like she was going to hit me again. I said, can I brush your hair if I promise not to hurt you? I said, is that what the trouble is? And she couldn't talk. She's too old. She was out of her mind, and maybe 93 or more, you know. So I just picked it up in the back and held it and really brushed it lightly. And then I patted her. I go like, is that good? And she wouldn't take the brush back right away, so I kept brushing her hair some more. And then the girls would come and get me and ask me if I brush her hair in the morning. It's no problem. And so somebody must have snagged her hair, and or if it was falling out or whatever. I'm not sure what upset her, or you know, God knows. Maybe it was just a weapon. I hit my ex with a brush once, left some marks in his shoulder. Yes, I did. I'm not sorry. I'd do it all over again. This time I think I'd do it in his forehead, though. Talk about the mark of the beast. Really, I would do it again. Um, I mean, I wouldn't go hunt him down and look for him to hurt him or anything. But if he was doing something around me, yeah, I'd do it again. No problem. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, my oldest son, his wife and a friend found him the other day living under a bridge in a tent with a few other people. And my daughter in law stayed out of the way while the friend talked to my son, and he was like drunk and high and out of his mind and skinny. And the three people that live in the tent with him, don't want him around. And the women, I guess he's been like brutal to them and whatever. So he needs to be locked up, you know. Last time he was locked up, he tried to take his own life and ended up in a mental institution. So I do not have any idea what will happen, or maybe it'll help clean him up. But she has very little money for her and her children, and he's got Social Security money from an injured neck, and he's not helping his wife and children, or at least the children, but he's not helping them, and he should be. Well, of course, all deadbeat dads should be. But yeah. And then the other woman that has one of my granddaughters, the one that unfriended me on Facebook, had sent me some corny information for old people that I really didn't need, some kind of assistance stuff. I don't know what it was. I mean, I don't have a penny in my pocket, but um, Doug has Social Security and we live off that, and we just barely make ends meet. We go and get a food box and, stuff like that to help us out. And I mean, yeah, but when I get my Social Security, that'd be different because then we'll have a little more, for necessities like car insurance or, you know, toilet paper, whatever, clothes, you know. But yeah, so life's not too rosy. But anyway, so this other one, when she unfriended me because I asked her if she knew anything about either of my sons, and it's like, whatever, whatever. Um, She's been waiting to burn me anyway because I won't let her abuse me over the phone. You know, there's people that like to call and tell you all their sorrows in the world, not realizing that you have sorrows too. Now, I know for a fact there's people that watch me that have some really bad sorrows, and not just for themselves, but for other people, you know. And I would say, like over on Facebook, that's the majority of my friends. I think I've told you that really are ones that have been traumatized to the max, you know. So, just like I have family members on there that won't even like or comment any of my posts because they don't want to let the other family members know that they even see anything that I'm posting. And it's like, what's up? WTF are you doing here then? Why? You can't even like one post? That's what I told them too. It's like playing Candy Crush Soda. You don't lose any lives if you want to give a life. You really don't. You can have absolutely no lives, and somebody can ask for a life on there, and it'll give them a life. Or if you have your 5 full lives and several people want lives, you can send lives to all of them, and it doesn't take anything away from your game, not one thing. It's kind of like Christ. He gives us love, and God gives us love, and it doesn't take anything away from us to share a little love with somebody else. Like one tiny little like on a funny post, that's what gets me. Something can be like just hilarious, and they won't laugh not one time a year, you know. But then they like when I comment or will comment back to me if I comment on a post, like they feel obligated. So they're doing me a service, you see. Yeah. And then I'm like, keepers of the dark realm, that's who they are, lol, So, yeah. Anyhow, jeez. Yeah, I told you, or maybe not, that Doug got the kitties outside outdoor cat food, and it's chicken flavored special kitty brand, and they just love that stuff. I'm thinking that it's probably higher in fat, excuse me, content for them, so they have more calories to burn, you know. So, but they sure like it. Yeah. So, pretty nice today. It's about 58, but it's a little breezy, so it's about 48 out there. It feels like not real bad though. That's not horrible. Maybe tomorrow before I start out there, I'm gonna be working because it'll be quite a bit warmer, and we got help coming to finish that roof to put that rubber up on there. And Doug thinks that maybe if we put a couple of C clamps that he's got for clamping metal and body work, that we can clamp it in a few places, put a rope across in through it, hook it up to the truck, and maybe just pull it and guide it up onto the roof. Which we had it folded, but he unfolded it to get it ready. But we were gonna put it in the bucket of the tractor and then climb up there and trying to manipulate it like that. But his idea now, I think, will probably work. So, yeah. I don't think it's so heavy that it'll break a nylon rope either, like a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch nylon, whatever. Oh, if I do that, they're going to get me with that 666 sign again. So, anyhow, just a minute. No, I haven't, but I think you took it in the shop when. No, you took it. You took it in the shop with your drill, I think. Excuse me. Yeah, it is his skill saw. I'm sure he took it in the shop the other day because I have a bucket with my tools and a part of my toolbox. So I got a couple toolboxes, but um, I have a tray that comes out of one, and I had some of my tools in my tray and my staple gun and uh, some nails and other things in a bucket, in a shallow bucket that I had sitting out there. And I was going to go move it, and he said that he was just going to get his drill and his skill saw and put them in the shop. So I do know he did that. There's a lot of times he's one of these that can't find nothing, and I'll go and look, and there it'll be, you know, or he'll lose something, and like, you want me to come and look? Because I always find it 9 times out of 10, if not more. You know, there's people like that. They seem to lose things. I don't know. I might. I don't know. I think he might have just forgot to, but I don't know. I think it helps if we keep our minds kind of clear in life. It's important, you know. Well, speaking of clear, it's like I was telling my daughter in law, when I was out there, when my son told me that he was deciding whether to be good or evil within a week, and I was going to be there one more week. It's like, well, then pretty much I already knew. You don't have to decide. So he already was evil, you know. Just playing a game, just pretending to be a nice person while I was there is all he was doing, you know. So I can't stand fake ass people. I don't care who they are. I don't even want them around me, you know. He hasn't been the little boy I knew for 30 some years, you know. By the time he was 6 years old, he was quiet a lot of times, but not a nice person really. Can be and appeared to be. Both my sons can, boy, they can turn on the charm like you would not believe, you know. Not cuss, not nothing, not nothing. And then turn around and you'll hear the most vile stuff come out of people's mouths like that, you know. It's like the insults I endure. It's like people that'll say stuff to other human beings that you wouldn't even think of saying. You wouldn't even think it to say it. It's definitely Satan driven. you know, it's not words of God. I mean, I know even God forgives me when I get a little bit radical. He knows me. And I don't often, but if it hits me like last time here, yeah, that hit me kind of hard because I'd be listening to encouraging videos of how people are like waking up and um, Christ is going into their hearts and whatever. And as much as I want to believe that, but the only thing that did is made me vulnerable and put me in a position to get hurt worse again and some more. And that's the last thing my heart needs. So I'm staying strong. I'm not buying the bullshit, you know. And if some creep wants to tell me they love me, they can go ahead and say it all they want. How's the love of my life? Just fine. Aren't you? when you look in the mirror and you love yourself. I like myself when I look in the mirror too, but I have a reason to. you know. How about you? Don't you feel the same way? It's like, dang, I love you. Because you're lovable. That's why. Yeah. Yeah, if you try that beer bread recipe, it really is quick and it's good. And if you have, like I know a friend has is diabetic, and you can't have too much carbs. If you have like a protein with it and watch yourself, you can have some for sure, you know. And it's a real coarse bread, so it's not like real empty calories, you know. It's not good for you by any means, but, you know, in a pinch or for a treat, I put honey in it and then I warm some up a little bit. And that was my dessert. I put honey on it, you know. Yeah, I don't know what I want for supper. I'm thinking of making, and I'm allergic to, but green bean casserole. Just the green beans. I used to eat green beans all the time. I just love them actually, but I don't know. I have to consider it. If I had frozen ones, maybe. I don't know. Still thinking about it, and I might. But yeah, I'm out of allergy pills, and then I try to tell myself and keep a positive mindset that no, I'm not allergic to food. I'm not allergic to beans or legumes or whatever, and but I am, you know. And it's like, you know, with feeling sick a lot of the time, I try and psych myself up out, and it's like, oh, you don't feel sick, you know, and then I'll be doing stuff and I'll kind of get dizzy or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I do feel sick, but you know, it's like sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night, my bones will be hurting or something, and I'll just wide awake and have a cigarette for the nicotine, and it does take away the pain, you know. And nicotine is a pain reliever. So is coffee with the MSM in there. So, yeah. And the caffeine. There's two different components in coffee that are pain relievers. So, anyway, I drink most of my water at night. I'll start like, um, which I might not be able to do when I get older, but I don't know. But I'll start like about, after supper. I just drink water. Then I get up in the middle of the night and I drink probably usually more water. I haven't been getting up as much though, you know, so I have to remember to drink it in the morning, you know. And I'll do that a lot when I'm making my coffee. I'll take a drink, but not as often as I should, you know. But even if I have a glass of milk at night, I'll leave room for water after that because that's how I get my water. Just to remind myself to do that. Unless it's hot through the days, then I try to do that. I'm sure everybody knows. I think it's Saturday night. We have to turn our clocks behind and we gain an hour. I saw a meme that said, I get to gain an hour of sleep that I don't get. You know, when I was, oh, up until about 40 years old, I didn't really sleep much anyway, you know, I don't know. And then I've had a lot of things happen since then, and before then, sleep deprived is a big part of life sometimes. And you really never catch up on it. You're just lucky if you can feel good once in a while, you know, energetic, you know. Hopefully, you won't get sick and, you know, devastatingly so. Um, Deathbed threatening type of stuff. That's hard to come back. And I know for a fact if you don't have God walking with you and you have something serious like that happen, you're not going to come back. You might. I guess Satan could help you, but I don't see that happening. I'm sure he'd rather people just drop dead, you know. So, like I say, the dark cabal's intentions have never changed for thousands of years. The same old playbook, um, fear tactics and scams. They've gotten more elaborate, but nothing really has changed from way back when until now. So, well, I wanted to say hello. I'm going to upload this and get a few things done. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm thinking I could cut down on the canned goods because with the green bean casserole, you usually use cream of mushroom soup, but I could make my own cream of mushroom soup and put green beans in it and make a casserole. And I just might do that either today or tomorrow. Maybe. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.